Hi, good afternoon. I'm Errol Baptiste, freelance independent investigative journalist. I'm doing a YouTube podcast on the second anniversary on Ealing Council. Committed housing disrepair corruption with low compensation or offers. It was nearly a couple of years ago, on the 4th of July 2023, Ealing Council committed bribery, corruption with racketeering under the Bribery Act in the attempt to offer the claimant with a derisory compensation sum of £150 to cover up the continued abuses on the housing disrepair since November 2021, contravene the United Nations Convention Against Corruption, further defame the resident under the Defamation Act 2013 by calling him a liar as libellous. The claimant already informed the charity advised resolution by rejecting the bribery sum of £150 compensation for the reason that Ealing Council gave for the reasons on the final settlement to cover up the abuse, bribery, corruption, and defamation. Ealing Council attempt to bribe the claimant to drop its litigation claim against the council, contrary to the Bribery Act 2010 and Fraud Act 2006. Ealing Council sent the claimant a text message with an abusive telephone call on July the 4th, 2023 as an attempt to bribe him out of his litigation claim without going through the claimant lawyers, committed harassment contrary to the Protection from Harassment Act 1997. Ealing Council were involved with employees in the attempt to bribe with a bribery sum of £150 dated July the 4th, 2023 in the corrupt scheme to shut down the litigation case against the council. Ealing Council doesn't take the corruption with fraud very seriously for investigation by its audit and investigation in the failure to include racketeering, housing disrepair, corruption, bribery, fraud, and corruption contrary to the Bribery Act 2010. Ealing Council attempt to offer low compensation of £150 on July the 4th, 2023, which the claimant rejected the bribery sum as derisory for the reason by as Ealing Council final settlement to cover up the continued abuse, racketeering, bribery, and corruption in the attempt to bribe the claimant without going through the claimant lawyers to drop its litigation claim on the housing disrepair case against the council in this respect.